What I'm going to do now is I'm going to reverse the process. I'm going to do 3 and 2/3 set of 1 and 3/4. Okay, here is a picture of the reverse of what we just did. Now we're taking 3 and 2/3 sets of 1 and 3/4. So now we're taking this many of 1 and 3/4. So we should get the same answer, same process. So I want 3 full sets of 1 and 3/4 and then 2/3 of a set of 1 and 3/4. So here's 1 full set, 2 full sets, 3 full sets. There's my 3. Okay, so this whole thing is 3 full sets. And then I just want 2/3 of the last set. Okay, so these are fine. 2/3 of the last set, well, I have to figure out how much a third is. Let's go ahead and take 1/3 of this piece, which is going to be this much. Okay, and then I'm going to take 1/3 of the last piece. Actually, I'm going to draw that a little bit bigger so I can actually chop it up without making the sizes dinky. So this is not in proportion to the other one, but I need to have a little more room to draw it. So here's my thirds, and I have shaded 2/3. Wait, did I do that right? 3 and 2/3 of 1 and, oh, these are 4, sorry. I did that backwards. Yeah. This is supposed to be 4, so let me make sure I do it right. Okay, these don't match these other 4s, but that's because I needed more room to actually cut it up. So we have 3/4, assuming these are the same size. Okay. And I just want 2/3 of 3/4. So again, I can't really pull thirds out of 4s without making thirds. So I'm cutting it into thirds now, which when you do 4s times thirds, you get 12. So those are 12. Now I want 2/3 of this. So my thirds look like this. There's 1, 2, 3. 2/3. Remember, it's just out of the shaded area. It's not out of the hole. 2/3 of the shaded area will be this much. Okay. Now, your answer is out of the hole. When you pull your 2/3 out, you're just cutting it out of the shaded area, but when you do your answer, it's out of the hole. Well, you have 12ths here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 12ths. Whoa. So, 6 12ths is what I got for that, okay? So what I have here, let me erase this down here, is a total of 1 and 3/4 plus 1 and 3/4 plus 1 and 3/4 plus 2/3 plus 6 12ths. Now notice the repeated addition is being done. You're taking 3 of 1 and 3/4, you're just adding it. Even without the pictures you can see that. And then you're having to figure out, well, how much is 2/3 of this amount that you're adding, which turned out to be, this is the 2/3 part right here. Okay, so 1 and 3/4, 1 and 3/4, well, all the whole numbers are going to add to 3. 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 is 9/4. Okay, which if you want to pull the 4 goes into 9 twice, so you can get 2 full sets of 4, and that leaves you with 1/4 left over. Because if you think about 9/4, you have 4/4 twice gives you 8/4, and then you have 1/4 left over. 3 plus 2 plus 1/4 is equal to 5 and 1/4. So this portion over here, this whole thing over here is 5 and 1/4. Okay, I'm going to write it here because I need to erase to have more room on this to make it show on the camera. So this whole part is 5 and 1/4. Okay, and then the part over here, well, I guess I can just leave that there, it still fits. The 2/3 plus 6 12ths, again, these are not equal sized pieces. I need to turn thirds into 12ths, and I can do that by multiplying by 4, which gives me 12. And I multiply, remember, you're changing the shaded area too. When you do 4s, you're changing the shaded area. So this whole thing, the shaded area now becomes 8. So 8 12ths plus 6 12ths is 14 12ths. Okay? So let's see, we have 5 and 1/4 plus 14 12ths, which is, let's go ahead again and pull a 12th out of this. So it's 5 and 1/4 plus 1 and 2 12ths. Okay? If you want to add the 4s to the 12ths, that's going to give you a whole number 6 for your wholes, 5 and 1. The fractional part, this is going to have to multiply by 3 to get 12, which means this has to multiply by 3 to 12, which gives you 5 12ths, which is exactly what I should have gotten. So I get it doing this way as well. Okay, so I'll do one more partial piece. The whole ones, hopefully you're seeing kind of how this works. And again, the whole key to multiplication is you're taking the part out of the whole. You're first counting into your shaded area, and then you have to back off into your whole area to see how much you have. Okay, so I'm going to do one more smaller than 1 type multiplication problem, and that should do you as far as examples. You can just rewatch this over and over again since you have nothing better to do, right? Okay, so let me do one more, and this will be a partial one again. I'm taking 4/5 of 1/3 or 1/3 of 4/5. So we'll do it both ways just so you can see what it looks like. Let's do the 4/5 of 1/3 first. So 4/5 of 1/3. So I'm going to start with 1/3. Okay, and that's only, again, remember, be sure to shade these so you know what you're looking at. There's my 1/3. I want 4/5 of that. I hope by now equivalent fractions make a lot more sense. So to make 4/5 of it, first you have to know what a fifth looks like. So you're going to have to divide it into fifths. Okay? And then you take the 4 out of just the shaded area. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. I only want 4 of them, which is this amount right there. Okay, now you need to know how much that is out of the whole. You know you have 4 pieces out of the shaded area, but how much is that out of the whole 1 piece? Well, these are 15ths, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 3 is 15. So these are 15ths. And the question is, how many 15ths do I have? Well, I have 4, but it's not 4/5, it's 4/15ths. And sure enough, if you look, 4 times 1 is 4, 5 times 3 is 15. So you get the same answer. Now this one was 4/5 of 1/3. Now again, multiplication is commutative, so you can write it in the other direction. I can also take 1/3 of 4/5. And what I would do right now is I would stop this video and try it on your own and see if you get the same answer I'm about to get. So 1/3 of 4/5. So we're going to start with 4/5. And remember, you ignore the fifths part. This is like dotted line, all right? We're just looking at the 4/5. And I want to take 1/3 of that. Well, 1/3 of this is, there's 4 of these. Taking a third, I'm going to have to, again, cut them into thirds. I keep picking stuff that doesn't match. I could have done 6, but oh well, I didn't. Okay, so now I need 1/3 of, and again, just the shaded area. So I need 1/3 of just the shaded areas. You're ignoring everything that's not shaded. So 1/3 of that is going to be one of these 3 columns. There it is right there. But that 1/3 is, remember, that's what you're choosing, and then you need to know how much that is out of the whole. Okay? Well, these wholes are 15ths, and I've just taken 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've taken 4 out of the entire pieces in the whole, which is 15th, which again is the same exact answer I would have gotten if I'd multiplied or if I'd cut it up. So no matter how you do it, you're getting exactly the same answer. You're multiplying by 3, and then you're taking 1 set of that. You're multiplying by 4, and then you're multiplying by 5, and then you're taking 4 sets of that. Okay, so you're taking your thirds and multiplying by 5 to get 15ths, and then you're taking 4 sets of what you had to begin with, which was the 1/3. Okay, and that's pretty much, that's several examples of multiplication, so that should hopefully help you do the homework.